In today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how we took this brand new Shopify dropshipping beginner from $0 to achieving over $100,000 within 3 months. Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. My name's Kamil Satan, is the Ecom King, and I've got something very exciting for you guys today, especially if you're a beginner or you've never seen any real success before within dropshipping. I'm going to be showing you exactly how we took George, who was a brand new beginner. He actually was failing before being taught by myself and my business partner, and I'm going to be showing you exactly how we took him to over 6 figures within 3 months. Now, saying that, I'm going to be showing you exactly what we did with George so you guys can recreate that for yourself. So you're basically going to get within this video a free mentorship video on exactly what we did with George to get him over 6 figures within 3 months. Now, what I'm going to be sharing with you guys in this video is the analytics so you guys can see the transparency. I'm going to be showing you exactly how we found the product, why we chose that product. Then I'm going to be showing you the ads manager, the exact ad account, every campaign that we set up, and what we did to actually scale the product, because all the numbers were generated through Facebook ads. So if you hear anybody saying that Facebook ads are dead, they're obviously not dead, because we're able to still do 6 figures and 7 figures with the Facebook ad platform. Then I'm going to be showing you what apps we used on the website. I'm not going to be able to show you the website because we are still scaling the product, so I don't want to reveal the website, but I will be going over the layout of the website so you guys can recreate it. So something really cool and special that I'm going to be adding near to the end of the video is I'm going to be getting George actually to be interviewed on this video for around about 5 minutes, keeping it nice and short and sweet. But he's going to be going over what he was doing before dropshipping, what his experience was like during and going through the beginner stages to the expert stages, and explaining exactly what his journey felt like. Because for you guys that are beginners, it's hard to understand what it's like to go through the journey. This is a good way for you guys to understand exactly what your mindset will need to entail to get to those 6 figures. Now, something cool that I've just released, which was something that you guys have been asking for a while, is I've just released my YouTube membership platform, which gives you exclusive benefits for when you watch my videos and when you interact with me. Now, I'm not going to go over what's included, but I will leave a link in the description so you guys can find out all the information about it. Now, it's optional. You guys don't have to do it. It's just something that you guys have been asking for, so I've just released it so you guys can check that out. Now, before we actually get into the video, make sure you smash the like button, make sure you leave a comment, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So guys, I'm going to start this case study off by showing you the Shopify store analytics for complete transparency reasons. Now, as you guys can see, we achieved $131,000 just over 3 months. We hit $100,000 just near enough the 3-month period. And I'm going to refresh the screen so you guys know these numbers are completely real. So as you guys can see, I've just refreshed the Google Chrome software. And as you guys can see, the numbers have stayed the exact same. And if you look at the draft orders here, for those that are asking what's going on with the draft orders, there's been only one draft order for one order, and that was to test to see if everything's working correctly on the store. And as you guys can see, there's just one, and the rest are complete real sales. So let's break into these numbers a little bit more deeper. And as you guys can see, we started testing the product in January, and then in February we got the proof of concept verification. So then after that, we scaled it. So that's what you do when you find products. You test to see if they're proven, and once you've got that authentication to let you know that they're proven, then you scale it out. And that's why you got that dramatic incline right there. As soon as you've got that verification, you just want to take it to the moon, and that's what we did. Now, these are the other analytics. The online store sessions, recurring rate, online store conversion rate is not bad at all. It's very, very good. Average order value. Now, this is the important part. Now, the product that we're selling with a discount is $14.99. The normal price is $19.99. And at the moment, we're getting what we call a 2 order from the get-go. So we're getting people to order 2 products at the exact time they order instead of 1. So we're doing quantity breaks, and that's enabling us to make a good profit margin. Now, talking about profit margins, this store's made around about 10 to 25% in profit so far throughout the journey of this store. Now, these profit margins will increase drastically when we do private labeling a little bit later on, and that's what we're currently working on at the moment. And when we private label, we'll be ordering the product in bulk, so that way we're going to be saving on product costs. So overall, the profit margins will incline in the next few months. Now, do bear in mind that when you start a Shopify store, it's not about making loads of money to start with. It's about getting proof of concept, and then once you've got that proof of concept, it's about scaling it and then working on your profit margins. So this is how we found the product. We didn't use any fancy software squares. We just used organic Instagram ways to find this product. And what we did is we went to the Instagram search bar and we searched for things like Amazon finds. And when you do that, it will show you the top posts about Amazon finds. And as you guys can see here, loads of different dropshipping products are being shown here. And then what we did is we went onto AliExpress and we searched for the product that we found. Now, another thing we did is we searched for viral products. And when you come up with this, you can see loads of other dropshipping viral products are coming up. And then we did discover a product that we saw someone we knew personally using it. And when you see somebody you know personally using a dropshipping product, then you know that product must have done something very, very well in terms of scaling. So once we've done that, is we actually found a video of the product on Facebook and on Instagram, and we had a look at the video. And when we looked at the video, now this is an example video, guys. This isn't a real video of the product that we found. This is just to show you a comparison of what I'm talking about. When we found the video of the product, we looked at it and we played the video, and I'm gonna play the video for you guys now. You can see that this is a viral video, by the way. You can see here it's got 1.1 million views, so this is classed as a viral dropshipping product. And we watched the video and it was really boring. There's nothing special about it. As you guys can see here, there is really nothing special about this video. It's very boring. It just shows you what the product does. There's no writing, there's no special effects, there's no transitions, there's no branding to it. It's just a plain video showing you what the product does and how it can make your life easier. So when we saw the video of our product, we thought, you know what, this person that's dropshipping it hasn't put much effort into it yet. They're doing some insane numbers with it. Then that showed us that if we put the extra effort into it, if we then go the extra mile with this product, imagine what we can do with it. Now, something else that we did is we looked at the comment section. And I'd recommend that you do this all the time. Always look at your competitors' comments. And if you read the comments, this is where it gets very, very interesting. And you want to change it from most relevant to all comments, because you want to go into every single comment that is being shown on here. Now, when you go through all the comments, you want to read them. And when you read them, you're looking for things like, are people happy with the quality of the product? Are they happy with the shipping time? Are they happy with the general customer service? So when we looked at our product, we found in the comment section, people were having customer service issues, people were having shipping time issues, and people were having overall quality issues. And that's something that we looked to perfect when we found the product. We found suppliers that were better in terms of better shipping times, and I'll leave a video here showing what I do to find better suppliers. So we found a better supplier, we found better quality insurance control on the product, and we also made sure that our customer service was way better by hiring VAs, by having a chatbot, by having all the customer service things that were needed in place. Now, if we have a look at the website, and again, guys, just to explain, this isn't the exact website of the product. This is just an example. We can see here, this is the website that is selling the product that's gone viral. You can see they haven't even got a logo. This is just the standard thing that Shopify gives you. They haven't even got any menus. They've just got home and catalog. And again, that is the standard menu that Shopify gives you. And then you can see here, this is the product landing page, and it is all over the place. They have got upselling potential here, and the colors are looking okay. It's color psychology, but overall, if you look at the website, it looks very, very drop shipping-y. It's not very professional. You can see the footer here, you can see the also buy here. Overall, this website is very, very lame, and it is not professional, yet it's able to do 7 figures. So that's something that you guys need to understand. When you do truly find what we call a winning product, you don't need fancy websites, you don't need fancy video ads. It will just perform well because people really need that product. Now, I'm not saying you should go out there and make a lame website. What I'm saying is we took that product that we saw that was being advertised by a lame advertiser, and we took it to the next level, because I'm sure there were people out there that didn't buy the product because they weren't comfortable with the website and they weren't comfortable with the video ad, and that's what we did to exploit on to then get more sales. So guys, this is the exact ads manager for this store, and let me show you exactly how we ran the ads and how we tested things and how we scaled things to get to the 100K mark within 3 months. So this is the first campaign we ran, and as you can see, the date created was the 8th of January. And if we actually go into this campaign and edit it, let me just show you exactly how it's been organized. So you can see here, this is the campaign name, and it's all about testing. This is just a product name, by the way, but it's just been shortened. And if we scroll down, we weren't using CBO. We tested it on and we tested it off. And that is something that I'd always recommend. You test CBO because depending on your ad account and depending on the product depends on how well CBO will perform. So we like to split test it for a couple of days. But overall, we kept it off. And as you guys can see, we had ad sets, but we had within one ad set 3 ads. So that's very, very important. With every ad set, we ran 3 ads. And the 3 ads that we ran was number 1, a photo ad, number 2, a carousel, and then another carousel. Now, with the product that we were testing, we didn't need a video because it wasn't needed of a video because the product was that simple. An image could explain the product very, very well. Now, things like jewelry can be used with image ads. Now, if you're using a product where it needs an explanation, then I'd recommend you always use a video and you do 1 photo, 1 carousel, and 1 video and split test all 3 of them. Now, unfortunately, I'm not able to show you guys the exact ads for this product because I don't want to reveal the product, but I will show you the exact ad set setup. So you guys can see here the potential reach was 300 million. And I would say as long as you're not going over 500 million, you should be okay. Now, you can see the daily budget was $11.50. And you're probably thinking, why did you go for that budget? Now, you should always split test budgets. And I like to start with $3. I always like to start with $3 per ad set. And if that doesn't convert, I like to increase it to $5. Then I like to increase it to $7. Then I like to increase it to $10. And then I like to go even further and further and further because depending on your product, depending on the ad account, depends on the spend. Now, we have a fashion brand and we have products that sell for over $100 and $3 ad sets perform the best for that product. Now, this product we're selling for is actually around about $24.99 around to $39.99. Now, we're having to spend around about the $11.50 ad set budget to get the best conversion. So that's just an example of what I mean in terms of you really have to test your budgets to see which performs the best. So that's what we're doing here. And if we scroll down, you can see we're doing the top 5 countries: Australia, Canada, UK, New Zealand, and the United States. And the age is 18 to 65, both genders. And what we're actually interested in is we did a no interest in this, so we only did excluding dropshipping, but this was just a broad ad set. Now, we did manual placements and we did the Facebook network and the Instagram network, and then you can see we left all these advanced features turned off. Now, if I show you guys the next ad set, you can see we were actually targeting something called Huawei. Now, what we like to do is when we do what we call the testing campaign, which is where you test audiences out, we like to test loads of different broad things out. So we like to do no interest targeting, where you literally target everybody but you exclude drop shipping, and then you're going to get hit by everything. We also like to test things like interest, demographics, and behavior. So we like to test all of those things out to see which will perform the best. Now, let's say, for example, your product is in the gym industry or the fitness industry. This is an example just to explain how we do things. You might want to target things like gym wear. You might want to target things like protein shakes. You might want to target things like muscle parts of the body. So what I'm saying is, although let's say the product that you're selling is a gym product, you don't need to just target gyms. You don't need to just target protein shakes. You can target anything around that industry. And that's what we did with this product, because you've got to understand that when you do Facebook ads, you've got at least 70 interests that will do well or you are worth considering. Now, out of those 70 interests, you'll have around about 10 to 20 that will just perform very, very well. So if you don't test all 70 out, then you won't be able to find the ones that do well and don't do well. So the more broader you start, the more likely you are going to be able to find the ones that do well without having to spend lots and lots of money. So as you guys can see here, in this interest, we were targeting something called IKEA. Now, you guys should all know what IKEA is. It's where you buy furniture. Now, IKEA and that interest there are totally different, but they target our audience. So don't worry when you think about how broad you're going with your targeting. It really doesn't matter as long as your audience is slightly warm enough for the product. So this was our little strategy in terms of killing and scaling and organizations for the testing campaign. So if we look at date created, and this is very important that you look at this column here, you can see every single day we were only launching 2 ad sets. So only 2 ad sets with a high budget. Now, you can see here the dates will show you that we only had 2, we only had 2, we only had 2. So if you really do look at these dates, you can see that every other day we were only launching 2 new ad sets, and that was going to limit the cost we were spending to what we were acquiring. Now, you can do lower ad sets like that and still get good results as long as the budget is higher than $5. Now, you can see after that day we turned those off and we tested some new ones, and then we got to the 18th of January, and that is when things got a little bit more interesting. So on the 18th of January, this is when we were able to now work out how many ad sets were working well. So we started off with 2 ad sets and we worked our way up to 4 ad sets. You can see here IKEA, Ideal Home, Home Improvement, and Interior Designer. So we worked out that IKEA was a very good interest. We kept that running, and then we just tested another 3 interests. Now, when you're launching your campaigns, you want to stick to 3 rules. The 3 rules is you want your cost per click to be under $1. You want the next rule, which is the 24-hour rule. You want at least 1 add to cart, and the 3rd day rule is you want at least a purchase. If you follow those rules, you're going to turn things off, duplicate it, change it, and when you change it, you're just trying to find a new interest. So within this campaign, it is all about testing. We are just testing new interests and new audiences out. We are not doing lookalikes. We are not doing retargeting. It's just interest-based performance that we're doing within this campaign. Now, if I actually show you the ad sets that are actually active at the moment, you can see some of them like IKEA, Huawei are still on, and we're just letting the ones that work well run. Now, within this campaign, if you look at all these different interests that we've targeted, you can see we've targeted at least around about 30 different interests, maybe slightly less. And out of those 30 interests, we've found the ones that have worked really, really well, and we've just kept them running. So moving on to the next campaign that we ran for this product during the January 1st testing time, we did an engaged shoppers campaign for the best interest that we found. Now, for those that don't know what engaged shoppers are, engaged shoppers is an interest behavior that you can target where it's basically people that have been on Facebook before and have bought from ads. So you're literally finding people that have bought previously on Facebook ads and you're targeting them. Now, we tried this out and it didn't work, so that's why this one's not on anymore. I'm not going to go too deep into it because it's literally just taken the interest out of the first campaign that did well, put them in this campaign and put them with engaged shoppers, and that just didn't do well. Now, engaged shoppers can work really, really well sometimes, but it's always worth testing it out to see if it does work. So if we move on to the next campaign that we ran, is what we did is we moved on to a CBO campaign for scaling the winning interest in the original campaign. So within the original campaign that I first showed you when I moved on to the ad strategy, we found that IKEA did the best. So what we did is we put it into its own campaign in a CBO format, which stands for campaign budget optimization. And what we did is we put the ad set 4 times in that campaign and we tried scaling vertically, and it was working really, really well for a couple of days and a couple of weeks. And then eventually it just died out. And that's something that you guys need to understand, that when you find something that does really, really well on Facebook, it's never going to last forever. It will eventually die out. So what we do is we either duplicate it or we just change the audiences very, very slightly. Because if you look at here, you can see that we've got some great website purchases. We had almost 400 website purchases from this campaign let alone. And this is a great way to scale any winning interest. If you find a winning interest in your ads manager, let's say for example your winning interest is Gymshark, try the CBO strategy. It does work really, really well, but do bear in mind that with CBOs they tend to die out quite quickly and they're not long term in terms of scaling. So then we move on to the retargeting. So once we built up some audience data, once we got some purchases, we started to move on to our retargeting. And retargeting is a great way to scale. It doesn't always work, but it is always worth testing. And if we break into this campaign to show you the setup, you can see here we did CBO at $15 a day, and you're probably thinking that's very, very cheap considering how much you've got inside of that campaign. And the good thing is with retargeting, you don't actually have to spend much money. You can spend $5 and get some great results. So retargeting is one of the most powerful things if it works well for you. Now, if I actually go into one of these ad sets, let me show you how we set it up. So you guys can see here within the custom audiences, we did IG engagement, post saved, and profile visits. So those were the ones that we did within that ad set. Now in the next ad set, we did Facebook stories, then we just did normal Facebook, and then we did IG. So basically what we did here, but for that platform, then that platform, and then that platform. Now in terms of how well did it perform, you can see we had 183 purchases. It did work well, and we made a lot of money from this campaign because it's so cheap to run. But again, in the long run, it just died out. So guys, that moves us on to the next campaign, which was another retargeting campaign. And if we look inside of this one is a larger scale retargeting. So we're doing things like view content, initiate checkout, add to cart, purchase. We're doing all of those different retargeting methods. I don't need to go too deep into this one because it is very basic, and it's just basically the normal retargeting strategy. And again, we were only spending $15 on this, which isn't too much with all those different ad sets in there, and it's performing really, really well. This campaign is still turned on because of how well it's performing. Now we actually only have 4 campaigns still turned on till this day, and if you look here, you can see all these different campaigns campaigns have been turned off. Now, within these different campaigns, we've tried lookalike audiences and they performed okay. Since the iOS 14 update, it has slightly hit it quite hard. And for that reason, we're not able to run them anymore profitably. So we have turned them off, but we are planning on relaunching them. But the reason why I wanted to show you this is because look at how much we're testing, guys. Just look, we're testing. And that is the key to Facebook, guys. You just got to keep testing new audiences, testing different lookalike strategies, testing different remarketing strategies, testing different campaign strategies, ABOs, CBOs, budgets, vertically, horizontally, to see what performs well. Now, you'll find that things will work really, really well for 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a couple of days, and then it dies out. Don't get upset. Don't get worried. Don't think, oh, your product doesn't work anymore. You just got to try something new out. And there will typically be 1 or 2 campaigns that religiously will do really, really well, but you just have to turn them on and off or duplicate them just to refuel the campaign. But overall, that's how it performs. Now, in terms of the actual in-depth tutorial on how to do all of this, this is literally the exact same strategy that I put in the free dropshipping course that I released this year. It's a 6-hour long video. I will leave it here and in the description. The exact strategy in terms of the retargeting, the lookalikes, the interest targeting, everything has been covered in that course. Now, if you've watched that course and you've watched this now, you're probably thinking that they are literally the same, and they are literally the same, but obviously the product's different, the audiences are slightly different, but the actual tutorial and the actual strategy is the exact same, guys. So I hope for those that are watching this now that have watched the free course, you actually start taking it a little bit more seriously because it actually works. Now, just a short answer to those people that are asking, how do you kill and scale? It's very simple. We do the 3 rules that I talked about before, which is the 12-hour rule or the 24-hour rule, which is CPC under $1, which is cost per click. Then the second day rule is 1 add to cart or initiate checkout. And then the third day rule is 1 purchase. And then once we scale quite aggressively, if we're not break even ROAS within the 12 to 24 hours, we kill it. Now, something else that I do want to say for those guys that are new to Facebook or have been trying to do Facebook but keep killing things too quickly is that you're not going to be profitable straight away. You'll be either breaking even or you'll be under by a couple of $100. Now, the most I ever recommend going under by before killing the product is $300. If you're testing your product, watching the free course and doing the exact Facebook strategy and you're $300 down and you've been testing it for a couple of days, potentially a week, then you might want to move to a different product. Now, if you're just slightly breaking even or you're under by $50, just carry on, keep going through the different testings, go under the different audiences, try loads of new things out. If you're still not able to get profitable, it might be worth moving on to a new product. But I know a lot of you guys out there kill your products too quickly, get worried too quickly and move on just about whilst you're about to break out. And if you look at the chart that I showed you on the analytics, if we killed the product too early, we would have never had that massive spike to the upside. So now I want to quickly go over the website build and how it's all set up. And because I can't show it you because we are still testing and scaling this product, I'm not able to actually show the exact website, but I can talk a little bit about how it was set up. So it is a 1 product website, a 1 product store, exactly what I teach in the free dropshipping course. It is a branded website, so it's there to be look like a real brand, but obviously we are drop shipping it, and the colors are branded, they match the logo. The actual theme itself is the one that I recommend in the free course, and it will all be linked in the description as well. And in terms of the product, in terms of the pricing, it is around about 19 and it goes all the way up to $34.99. And then in terms of the apps, we've got all the apps that we recommend in the free course as well. There's nothing different in the apps in terms of what we've got in there compared to the free course. It is just a very simple but elegant website that just allows people to go on there and feel confident. So guys, as promised, we've got George here on the Zoom call to talk a little bit about his journey and where he's going from here. So George, can you introduce yourself please and let us know who you are, what you were doing before ecom and what got you involved inside of dropshipping?
Well, I was studying law, like everyone else. I was in college. I was studying law. Eventually, I finished my degree. I was doing my master's in tax law. But as I was getting to the point where I was going to start to work with what I was actually studying, I wasn't very happy about it. I knew it was just a pain to get up in the morning and do something that you don't like. And eventually I heard about digital marketing and I started studying digital marketing, and that's how I got into drop shipping. Videos like everyone else, I guess, just watching some videos and trying to launch a few stores by myself, and I guess failing frustrating at the start, of course.
Okay, so what made you not like, because when you start and you're a beginner and you fail, you lose a bit of money, it makes people want to quit. What made you not quit and carry on?
I think the feedback that I was getting from all the videos on YouTube. First, I actually knew someone a while back, personally, here that had done drop shipping very early on and had some very good success. And also the videos, there's also some videos that don't look too real, but there are videos where you were very well, with a certain degree of up to a certain degree, you can be sure that they're telling the truth. So I ran into a lot of videos that made me believe that it was actually possible, because those people didn't seem like they were exaggerating or inflating numbers, and there was a bunch of people that were actually telling the truth. So that really inspired me as people were showing their results and their journey. It really inspired me to believe that it could be done. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what got you to take it the next step, which not a lot of people do? Like, a lot of people will watch videos and use that as much as they can to learn the industry. Now, you explain to us how you transitioned from watching good videos, what videos were beneficial to you, and then taking the dive to, you know what, I'm happy to invest into my learning by going on the mentoring program with the company we have here at E-commerce Mentor.
I guess it's a little bit of two things. On one side, it's a big passion for what you do, really enjoying it. And that was one huge thing for me, because I was investing, just like you said, all this money and time into doing this, and I was failing. Yeah. But I really enjoyed it. I had fun. It was, at the end of the day, I was spending a lot of hours doing this, and I was tired, but physically tired, not psychologically tired, because I really enjoyed what I was doing. So it wasn't an effort, really. And on the other side, I guess really getting close, starting to make sales, to have some revenue, and just not being able to get to the next phase, feeling like you're really close. And then there were good videos there, your YouTube channel, there were videos where you were showing your audience exactly how you did it and your results, and that was really inspiring to make me think that all I needed was a little bit of guidance, expert guidance, to make the little extra mile that I was missing. Yeah.
Yeah, so now let's move on to you going from the YouTube channel. You learned quite a lot from that. You wanted to take it to the next step, so you got involved in the mentoring. Now explain how your journey went from being a student in the mentoring to now where you are, in terms of what have you been able to achieve over those months?
Well, after the mentoring, I was 2 months after the mentoring. I had my first store that hit $100,000 in sales. And it's been going very well from there. The knowledge that I got from the mentorship really did what I expected, got me just past that barrier that I was hitting every time. And I think the essential thing for me, at least, was to learn a strategy that you can stick to and that you can rely on to be certain that what you're doing is correct. Like, because when you're doing it by yourself and you're not having any expert help, you're always unsure, why am I not getting the results that I wanted? Am I doing this correctly? Is it thing A? Is it my ads? Is it my product page? You never have that certainty to be able to efficiently address what you're doing wrong. And the mentorship really was super valuable because of that, because it allowed me to know exactly, this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you need to improve. And as soon as I did that, it was like super quick. The results really came through very, very quickly.
Okay, that's absolutely amazing to hear. Now, what would you say your biggest challenges were throughout your journey from 0 to 100,000? Because 0 to 100,000 is not something that's easy. It's very well respected. So for those that are watching this, what will they have to face in their journey to get to that stage?
A lot of unexpected things. And I guess running a business is solving problems, right? I think your activity, if you could describe it in any one sentence, is to solve problems. So solve one problem after the other until everything gets into place and works. And for me, it was, I know there were bumps in the road. There were a lot of bumps in the road for that particular store even, you know, had to deal with huge PayPal holds. I had to deal with Chinese New Year with all the factories in China just stopped completely for 2 weeks, you know, but you just have to carry on. I think it's just about being motivated and never stopping to your work, you know, never giving up is the greatest advice that I can give you, or I mean anyone that's listening.
And for those that are saying drop shipping's dead, is it dead?
No. No. And I don't know why people keep saying that. I guess it's just a way for people to feel better when they fail, right? If they fail and they can make it themselves, they just say, okay, no, this is dead. No one can make it. Just move on. Because if I can make it, no one can't. No one can. I mean, I guess it's just a way for people to feel better about themselves when they fail. It's not dead at all. I mean.
And has iOS 14 destroyed Facebook ads?
Used to fail.
I think every time there's a little difficulty in the industry, there's always someone that's going to try to capitalize on it as an excuse. And yeah, iOS 14 is just another one. As I said, I mean, having a business is just solving problems, right? So when these things come along, you just have to find your own solutions, your way to get past these barriers. But none of these things kill your business. It's just about how you get over them, right? How you
I love what you said there. It's more about focusing on the solution, not the problem. And that's where people go wrong. They focus on the problem too much and not ways to get around it. Now, something else that I want to say is, what would be what is your goal next? Are you going to get into private labeling, white labeling? Are you going to start buying in bulk? What's your next game plan?
Yeah, my plan for this store is exactly that, to start branding the product and to start building a brand around the product. So other products that can fit the same brand, and try to adjust the offer to our particular audience. So to try and brand it and stand out from any other similar products that the competition can get. So, you know, just work on little adjustments on quality, on packaging, on, you know, just doing a better job than our competitors, and just creating a whole brand around the product. That's the goal now for short, medium term. Yeah.
What would you say your goal is now? You've hit $100,000. Is the 7-figure goal in mind? Is the $1 million in mind?
Yeah, I guess in the back of my mind, yes. But just has, like the 6 figures, you know, when you do this, and I think when you're successful, you're not just thinking about, oh, I gotta hit these numbers. It's more than that. It's like doing the best that you can every day, you know, just every day. Not just I want to hit this amount in this amount of time. You just do your best every day and the results will come, you know. And if you enjoy what you're doing, that's all that matters. At least for me, I just wake up every day and I try to do my best. That's how it works for me.
What would you say, for those that are watching this, would you say that this YouTube channel, the Ecom King YouTube channel, is a solid channel to learn from, or is it just one of those YouTube channels where it's just a load of nonsense?
No, it's very solid. I mean, as I said before, that it's where I got started. When I came to the mentorship, that was my main source of information, and it was valid information because I wasn't at zero when I came to the mentorship. You know, I needed the expert guidance to get me past the barriers that I had to identify the mistakes that I was making, but I was not at zero. I was far from being at zero, and all of what I learned pretty much was because of the Ecom King YouTube channel. So it's definitely, I actually recommend that anyone that is interested in a mentorship first should watch all the YouTube the stuff that's on YouTube on the Ecom King channel, because it gives you the essential building blocks that you need to be able to actually after that streamline your process, and with the help of a mentor being able to achieve success. I think it really is everything you need to know to get started. Yeah, and it's really valuable.
So guys, that is it for today's case study. I hope you've just enjoyed that interview with George, and I hope that's given you some motivation to start your dropshipping business. And I also hope that's given you guys a wake-up call when it comes to taking this YouTube channel very seriously, because a lot of people, this content is all for free on YouTube. So what a lot of people do is they take it for granted because it's free, and when you have to pay for something, you value it a lot more because you've personally given something away for it. So I hope you guys now understand that this YouTube channel is actually a complete game changer, and it has changed a lot of people's lives. And if you do want to take that next stage and become a student in the mentoring program, there is a link in the description so you can apply for it. And if you meet all the qualifications, you'll get on a call with George himself. And if you meet the call, then you become one of his students. And George himself is actually a mentor now. Every student that gets mentored in the company does have the possibility of actually becoming a mentor within the company, as long as they hit the threshold and the criteria, which is absolutely amazing, because it means that every single person that teaches within the mentoring company is part of our bloodline, meaning that they were once a subscriber, they then was part of the mentoring program, they went very successful and hit $100,000 and with at least a 20% profit margin, and then they are now a mentor and have had even more additional training, so that you guys know that everybody that teaches within this company have come from myself, learned from myself, and have met all the requirements needed to become a mentor. Now, I don't know many people out there that offer this kind of service and that are actually willing to say that people that are teaching within their company are part of their actual subscribers and actual students at one time. So if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash the like button and let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below, and I'll be seeing you guys again very, very soon.